We're now joined by Coach Lon Kruger from Oklahoma. Coach, welcome, and your thoughts about the upcoming season.
Thank you. Good to be here. As always, it's a great time of year. Those early weeks of practice, probably the most enjoyable time of the year because everyone's motivated for all the right reasons. They're not concerned about playing time. They're not concerned about anything that's been written or printed. They're concerned about getting better every day in practice and competing in a very healthy way. And we've got a really good group in that respect. We got 6 seniors, which is great in the college game. They've been through a lot of minutes. They know what lies ahead. They know how tough the challenge is. They're working hard. To this point, knock on wood, nothing major injury-wise. We've had a couple of few practices missed with a stiff back or a little bit of a hamstring tug, but nothing major at this point. So we played an exhibition or scrimmage, one of our private scrimmages last weekend. We got an exhibition game a week from tomorrow against Pittsburgh State, and then the year is upon us. So Big 12, of course, as always, is going to be the best conference in the country. Great balance again. Kansas continues to set the bar. I think Kansas State really returned a very veteran group, so it should be another interesting and great conference race. So with that, any questions?
Okay, we'll take questions for Coach. If you put your hand up, we'll get a microphone to you. We got one on the outside left.
Coach Jackson Schneider, KJHK. Recently, Tex Winter passed away. I just wondered if you had some thoughts on the historic K-State coach.
Well, anyone that's had any affiliation with Kansas State has a tremendous appreciation for Coach Winter. He represented all of what's good in the game. He was a basketball junkie, just cared about nothing as it related to basketball, but helping his guys work, helping them get better, addressing details, just a terrific individual. So, yeah, he's lived in Manhattan for the last many years and highly respected, highly regarded, much appreciated, just a terrific guy.
Questions for Coach? We had a question all the way in the back on the platform. On the right side, Coach.
Hey, Coach Kruger, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Question. It was just announced today the Big 12 tournament is extended here in Kansas City through 2024. Do you like that idea? What's your experience when you come here for the Big 12 tournament?
It's a great tournament. Obviously, there's going to be some schools that have a little bit of a crowd advantage, but I think to pass on what the tournament has become just for that would not be smart. I think it's great to have it here. The sponsorships, the crowd, the atmosphere is as good as any conference tournament in the country. So absolutely, it's a great place to have it, and happy to hear the news.
Question in the middle front.
Riley Gates, GoPowerCat.com. Brady Manek obviously was a pretty big piece of your team last season, and he did so as a freshman. Did it shock you to see him come onto the scene that quickly? And I guess what is the biggest challenge for him coming in this year to maybe match or maybe even take a step further on what he did last season as a freshman?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise. Maybe not much was known or maybe expected of Brady as a freshman, and he really came on and shot the ball with great confidence. We were on a foreign tour in the summer of his freshman year, and we were kind of shocked that when we played those games that he stepped up and made shots and wasn't nervous about it at all. So that gave us a little bit of a clue as to what he was going to do going forward. And he's gotten 15, 20 pounds heavier since 18 months ago that he arrived on campus. He's bigger, stronger because of the greater bulk, playing with a lot of confidence, doing a good job. So now he wants last year he probably was thought of as much of a standstill shooter, starting to put the ball on the floor a little bit, starting to post up a little bit. Always been a pretty good rebounder, blocked shots a little bit more than expected. So he's got a bright future, good player.
Question on the left side, second row.
Coach, this is Mac McClure, Flint Hills Media Group. Question I have, losing Trey Young, the dynamic that he had. You lost Buddy Hield a couple of years ago, same dynamic, great shooter, great player. How do you find players to replicate that or bring someone in your program that can take it to the next level like those guys did?
I don't know that you find one player to do that. I think this group's got to do it as a collection. There's not anyone that's going to go out and lead the country in scoring and assists, as Trey did. He had a phenomenal year. But this group, again, they're motivated to show that they can also get good results. And I think, again, the 6 seniors, with their experience, they're hungry to step out and take on different roles. That's probably the biggest question about our group, is who assumes what roles and who assumes what minutes. That's going to be determined by their play and the results they get. But we need someone to step out and provide a little security, take that responsibility every night. And I don't know that one person is going to do that, but 3 or 4 maybe collectively can give us that type of play.
Question on the aisle in the middle.
Yeah, Scott Fritchen, GoPowerCat.com. Coach, I was just curious about Dean Wade, preseason player of the year. What kind of competitor, what kind of talent, skill does he have?
Yeah, deserving of that preseason expectation. Terrific player, and again, to see his game, progress as it has from his freshman year, it's kind of been storybook in a way, because he starts out at a certain level, and just every year he's added to his game. And of course, Coach Weber does a great job with player development, but he kind of represents the best case scenario, if you would. Just a terrific all-around player, defensively, offensively. He scores in a lot of different ways. He impacts the game in a lot of different ways. So, outstanding player, very deserving.
Final question for Coach. Got a question any place for the coach? All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Good luck for the season.